Hey guys, and welcome back to Factorio ABPlus with Arumba. How's it going, man?
Going well. I feel like you just said that, but it's because you stole my outro.
I did steal your outro. I apologize. I know you get all antsy if things aren't right.
I just saw a power fluctuation for a second. Nope, never mind, that was oxygen.
That was an oxygen fluctuation.
Yeah.
To the brain!
I was going to do some... it's not pellets. What's the stack? Ore processing machine. I need an ore processing machine. A couple of them, actually.
Okay, now I need to see.
There it is. Character logistics slots. I still think we should go for the worker robot size next. But the extra 6 logistics slots is going to be pretty damn handy. Let's see. We could get rid of all this nickel if we mix it with tungsten to make yellow metal catalysts. Yellow metal catalysts are only used to make one thing, catalytic synthesis of phenol. So where you take oxygen and benzene and mix it with catalyst, then you get phenol. Phenol is used to make plastic 3, so it's a plastic route. Nickel becomes plastic. Okay. Or we could make nickel ingots, and nickel ingots can be used in molten iron if we mix them with cobalt ingots.
Okay.
I think nickel ingots seem like a pretty good place to go. Actually, nickel ingots are pretty damn useful. They can be used to make iron, titanium, steel, invar, and nitinol.
Nitinol! You need that for nitinol steel bearings. Nitinol this, nitinol that. Nitinol's like the next big one in it.
Apparently you can also use nickel to double your tungsten production. So the nickel is not horrible either. But I can safely turn it into nickel pellets, I think, was it?
I have no idea.
It was nickel ingots. Need to get it all the way to nickel ingots.
All right.
Do we have enough? Actually, we do. We had excess carbon monoxide earlier, and we can take sulfur. You can get sulfur out of sulfuric acid if you want, right? Break the fluid back down into a solid.
I'm guessing so. Do we not have a load of that in a load of sulfur in the system though?
I don't think there's very much. No.
Really? 1,515?
That's not very much. I need a lot more than that.
Okay.
Yes, we can take...
it's just a leftover.
We can take hydrogen sulfide gas with oxygen to make raw sulfur, like physical sulfur. Hydrogen sulfide gas.
Well, can you not just take the sulfuric wastewater and just purify it?
Well, that, but... yeah, that's fine too, but... I don't think that there actually is a way to take liquid sulfuric acid and turn it back into physical sulfuric acid.
Oh. Odd. Okay, so that's that. And then this shit should all just kick on as soon as that's done.
There's an indirect route you can take. If you take sulfuric acid and mix it with chromate, then that gives you sodium sulfate, you mix your sodium sulfate with nothing, you can just turn 6 sodium sulfate into some sodium and raw sulfur. So you make chrome from sulfuric acid, and that gives you sulfur. Interesting.
Oh, we're making brass gear wheels.
Yeah, we are. They're on the belt. They're on a hybrid belt somewhere.
Interesting. Means I don't need to worry about that. Ah, we're not making steel bearings, though.
It's amazing. I played for like 200 hours on the multiplayer server, and I still don't know everything that was happening in that factory. There was just so many people that were taking care of stuff that, you know, you just can't possibly pay attention to it all.
Wow. So one steel bearing factory requires 1.34 steel bearing ball factories.
It's a lot of balls.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's funny.
It's just the fact that it's like, what's the fucking point? Why not just let me make steel bearings and steel ball bearings and, like, in a one-y?
Logistical challenge is all... I mean, that's part of Factorio.
Or why not make it like a 3-to-2 ratio or something like that? I'll never know. Alright, well that's 2 of them, 2 of them, and 1 plus 2 of them. What did they require actually? That, and that. So that's 3.
I can't imagine going back to playing without the ability to nudge objects. You remember when he first was like, hey, look, I did this thing you can use with combinators, and we were like, oh my god, it's amazing, could you please make that with everything? Yeah. And now it's just like part of Factorio. I nudge stuff all the time. You remember when you had to nudge things one tile at a time? You always had to have your mouse on top of them? Oh, that was brutal, man.
There's so many things like that that we take for granted now. Like adjustable inserters.
Yeah, I was playing a vanilla save. The vanilla, believe it or not, I know, you're gonna be surprised, but it was a vanilla Death World.
Wow.
And
this didn't happen. This was like a bad nightmare of yours or something, wasn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, going back to not having adjustable inserters is. Let's just say it's an adjustment. Haha. Yeah, it was interesting.
Right, I need to make... Just build it out here and then I can robot it later if I need to. Okay, send out the robots!
Alright, there's gotta be more of this stuff out there, right? Just more nickel, more silicon here.
I can't believe we've got 6,400 Logi robots. That's just fucking nuts, man.
I think we've had more before, haven't we?
Probably. If I was in the game, yeah. I go a bit daft when it comes to robots sometimes. But I mean, I like them.
I think everybody likes robots. I do. And I'm everyone, so.
It's 1.5 a second. Fuck up.
My opinion is all that matters. Haha! You in Helmut, or are you working on something else? You're working on a scratch pad, piece of paper.
No, well, it's inserter speed. I was trying to judge.
How on earth did this zinc ore get here? Do you remember?
Oh, probably some fucking explosion. Where are you?
Are you sure that it didn't get routed here? Because I don't know how else.
Zinc ore?
Yeah.
I may have copy pasted it from something else.
Okay, you were just okay.
Definitely a possibility. This is a fucking riot, whatever you're doing just now. What's that warehouse
the processing?
for? Or is that just like
column? I like to usually use warehouses as an intermediate between different processing stages in case I ever want to create a remote system using robots that requires a intermediate, rather than just going straight to processed from raw copper, for example, to...
No, it's more the fact you've got a passive provider warehouse on the left. Where did that come from?
What?
There's a passive provider warehouse on the left that's just got all the shit in it.
Oh yeah, this was just like, we had like 4 regular warehouses that was just overflowing with like random stuff.
Oh, that was probably just fucking overflow crap. Yeah, I understand.
So now I'm trying to filter it out, but then I was looking at the zinc and I just couldn't figure out why in the hell is it here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I feel like, so we've got like a load of these slag lines, like pulling slag from everywhere. I mean, like, we probably just robot it, to be fair.
Yeah, if you want. If you want to clean up the belts a bit, but that's the opposite of what you normally want to do, Mr. Beltman.
Well, I mean, you could just belt it all if you want, but it's a lot of fucking random belts going around the place. The thing is, I like things that look nice, and I don't think that the robot grid things look nice. Plus, they're kind of boring. I mean, if you can find a nice way to route the slag back, then be my guest.
To route the slag back without... Wait.
Yeah, because right now there's just belts everywhere for slag.
Yeah.
And it's pretty ugly.
Yeah, well, the whole layout is a little bit ugly, I think. Personally.
Also, you place storage chests instead of warehouses? What Arumba are you?
Where? I have no idea what you're looking at.
At the training depot. There's storage chests, not warehouses.
Yeah, they're more, they're better. I know. They're very slightly less space efficient than a storage warehouse, but they are...
Is that UPS thing?
They are not... sorry, the logistics storage warehouse is better than a storage chest, but the logistics storage chest Mark II is better than a logistic warehouse, and I visually prefer a single entity per chest. I don't like the logistic warehouse where it's just a big, huge pile of trash. I like when I can actually see individual things being stored. Because if you put everything into a logistic warehouse, you get 4 icons. That's it. Even if it has 80 different items in it.
Okay.
Whereas if you put a logistic chest, then they'll usually only put one singular item type, so you always have an icon for every chest. It would help if, when you ask questions, you should try to listen to my answer. Otherwise...
Yeah, I didn't listen.
Exactly. See, I know. I can tell. You think I don't know?
Yeah, I'm the worst.
Agreed.
Ain't I a stinker?
Alright, so that'll pull all the nickel and all of the silicon out. I'm processing the silicon into silicon and nickel into nickel and silicon pellets, which actually does compress it a little bit. What we want to set up next, I think we're, what, iron? Is iron more important or the more advanced tech right now? If it's iron, I should work on silicon.
I don't think it's iron.
I don't remember now why. There was a reason why the nickel plate made sense. We were actually going to get something useful out of it. It's just there's so many damn things. It's hard to keep track of it all.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Nickel ingots were going to be useful for just all kinds of stuff. We can use the nickel to help make iron, titanium, steel, invar. Nitinol. Those are all, like, ferrous. Well, all of the stuff is ferrous, isn't it? Because it's molten iron and liquid steel stuff, but...
Huh?
This is not what we need, is it? We don't really need the iron yet. We're gonna need it, though, so I'm gonna make it.
Okay.
Which one do you think is more useful, the nickel or the silicon? I'm gonna say silicon.
Yeah,
Silicon can be used to make aluminum, iron, and steel. I think we need the aluminum. We need them both. Just get them both, Steejo.
Okay.
Don't take that tone with me. My gosh, such an argumentative jerk. Alright, so let's go to Helmut. There's too much stuff pushing my Helmut down. I'm missing like 6 inches at the top of the screen right now because of yarm. What's it used for? Random buttons and junk? I have to change the way that this thing is on the screen.
Random buttons and junk.
I don't like it here, but whatever.
Okay. I need brass gear wheels and aluminum plate.
Aluminium.
It is
What?
aluminium. I like that. Always get shit for that, but I always say whatever it is that's... whatever the game calls it, I will use. Because it's one of the most ridiculous things. It's literally one of those cases where there is no right or wrong.
Oh, excellent. So by processing the silicon, not only do we get silane gas, which is then used to make this silicon plate, or the silicon ingots, which we can use to make iron and more aluminum, but we also get alumina directly, which is just converted into aluminum plate, or aluminum ore.
That's handy. Right, I need...
Yeah, these recipes that like use the product as the ingredient don't really work too well in Hellmod. I just tried making one with silicon ingots from silicon ingots and silane gas, and it's just like, nope. You can't do that. Should be able to do that, but I can't. I gotta figure this out the old-fashioned way. So to make silane gas, I need silicon pellets. Okay, so I'm not really gaining aluminum. I need aluminum my god. So many freaking words that I don't want to say. I don't gain aluminum because I have to use aluminum ingots to make the silane gas. So I'm not getting aluminum, just getting the aluminum back. Ish.
Well, it'd be weird if you made aluminum from it,
I suppose that's true.
logically. Alright, but that's all we've got time for, and I'm gonna let you tell me whose turn it is, because I keep stealing them, apparently.
This is your turn, actually.
Okay! So as always, thanks a lot for watching. I've been Steejo, you've been awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Alright, see you in a bit.